Welcome to Celebrity Vibes. Selena Gomez doesn't even look like herself anymore. Fans are freaking out. We will injure it all down for you. But in the previous then we proceed, please, if you are new to this channel, please take a minute of your treasured time to subscribe and hit the notification bell for big updates. Let's dive into the video. Selena Gomez has been in the highlight considering that her early childhood, and with that comes a herbal evolution over the years. The 28-year-old singer and actress has continually been wonderful and multi-talented. However, in the course of the pandemic, she has firmly stepped into herself, speaking to Vogue Australia for their June trouble about her new cooking exhibit, and working in the direction of happiness, whilst rocking clean blonde locks and a range of wonderful avant-garde outfits. Gomez, who has been recognized for her comforting appeal and calming electricity, stepped out of her relief sector for the shoot, searching nothing like her brunette self, with a heat blonde fashion that confirmed off her developing roots flawlessly. The proficient famous person stepped into herself in the course of the pandemic, leaning into her wish to research to prepare dinner and developing the HBO Max show, Selena Plus Chef, to chronicle her getting to know endeavors. The Splendor Chameleon additionally accurately tapped into her love of makeup, launching Rare Beauty in 2020, to include discovering yourself and your confidence, which Gomez defined she has been working on over the years. Discussing her affinity for the phrase rare, she explained, "That phrase to me, when I first heard it used in the single Rare with Nolan Lambrosa, one of the writers, I simply stated this is what I favor to experience about myself. So it wasn't even always like, oh, I sense that way, let me sing it. It was once nearly like, actually, I want to experience that way about myself." Gomez additionally elaborated on the intention in the back of beginning her Splendor line, noting, "I simply desired it to be that location, the place you sense good, it covers what you desire to cover. And to be honest, I desired it to end up a platform for intellectual fitness, and for younger female or guys who deal with whatever insecurities, depression, anxiety." The 28-year-old is a vocal recommend for intellectual fitness recognition after her prognosis with bipolar disease, which she printed in 2020, and Gomez additionally launched the Rare Impact Fund to provide sources to these in want as they grapple with their intellectual health. Selena Gomez is opening up about the destructive effect on social media had on her in her early 20s. One of the pitfalls used to be the obsession over social media, a hazardous effect, she said, that eventually made her experience as even though she wasn't noticeably enough. The Revelation singer made the revelation in an interview with InStyle for the magazine's February Baddest issue, in which she touched on a myriad of subjects, inclusive of her intellectual fitness and the struggles with self-image. The 29-year-old artist did not shy away from the reality that social media had a tight grip on her, that proved to have a domino effect. "At one factor, Instagram grew to be my complete world, and it used to be simply dangerous," Gomez admitted to the magazine. "In my early 20s, I felt like I wasn't fairly enough. There was once a total duration in my existence when I wanted makeup, and in no way desired to be viewed barring it." The newly minted Grammy nominee says she can now seem lower back at that factor in her lifestyles, and take solace in her growth. "The older I got, the greater I developed and realized that I wished to take advantage of what I used to be feeling," she said. "I desire to be capable to appear in the reflect and sense assured to be who I am. The solution? Taking a rec from social media. It was once the satisfactory selection that I've ever made for my intellectual health," Gomez explained. "I created a machine, the place I nevertheless do not have my passwords. And the needless hate and comparisons went away as soon as I put my cell phone down. I'll have moments, the place, that bizarre feeling will come back, however now I have a great deal better relationship with myself." Part of her boom additionally blanketed no longer punishing herself, simply due to the fact it might also appear matters show up rosy to these on the outdoor searching in. In an effort to strike a balance, Gomez says she recalibrated her view on social media from a risky obsession into a fine tool. "I grew to be conscious that my little world is complicated, however the image is plenty better than the stuff I deal with," Gomez said. "I have troubles with despair and anxiety, and I determined to challenge what may want to I perchance put up or say," she continued. "Then I had the concept of inviting a couple of human beings to be on my Instagram to inform their stories." Gomez, for example, allowed journalist and Columbia University professor Jelani Cobb to take over her Instagram, which has extra than 286 million followers. She brought Cobb to her target audience in a June 2020 post. Gomez exceeded over her large platform quickly after to UCLA and Columbia regulation professor Kimberly Crenshaw to shed mild on previous and current social issues. When it comes to intellectual health, Gomez is on a mission to destigmatize it in an effort to make humans sense it is flawlessly okay to tackle it head on. It's in bold format she set out to accomplish as she continues to evolve. Changing the narrative of intellectual fitness and altering a curriculum that, with any luck, can be carried out in colleges or a device for assets that are without difficulty available, she said. I'm simply so passionate about that, and I suppose I will proceed to be for the relaxation of my life. Especially on account that the pandemic, there are so many humans I comprehend who craved assist, however, had no concept how to get it. I have huge aspirations for that subject and clearly favor to enforce extra training in the back of it. Gomez is additionally taking her personal advice. A massive proponent in therapy, Gomez has now set boundaries for herself as she acknowledges she's now not in the proper headspace. She stated she's additionally misplaced her feel of FOMO, fear of missing out, and she's proud of that. If I'm now not in the pleasant headspace and my buddies invite me out, I may not go out, she said. I like to be there for my buddies and have fun everyone. But I have to make certain that I'm okay, you know. Because if I'm no longer okay, I cannot be okay for different people. Sure enough, on New Year's Eve of that year, Justin serenaded Selena on stage in the front of a big Target market in a virtually swoon-worthy moment. But they endured to deny relationship rumors during the subsequent year. Later that year, Jelena induced a stir when a paparazzi maybe caught them kissing on New Year's. They certain do love New Year's Eve romance though. Fans who dissected the alleged image observed that the man in the picture used to be wearing a necklace that regarded identical to the one that Justin usually wore. The plot thickens. Finally, Justin and Selena made their first public look collectively as a couple at Vanity Fair's Oscar party in February of 2011. Who may want to forget about that iconic image sales space kiss? Selena Gomez recently entered a therapy facility to assist tackle ongoing problems associated to anxiousness and depression. She had been hospitalized twice in 2 weeks after experiencing an emotional breakdown in accordance to reports. The 26-year-old singer was reportedly admitted to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles at the stop of September, when it used to be observed her white blood cell count number was one severely low associated to her lupus, and due to her kidney transplant last year. Gomez was once launched from the medical institution countless days later, however she was once readmitted quickly after. According to TMZ, who used to be first to document the news, Gomez suffered an emotional breakdown and received clinical interest at Cedars-Sinai after her white blood mobile phone count grew to be increasingly more low. The Good For You singer reportedly freaked out after mastering about her condition. She additionally reportedly tried to rip an IV out of her arm, and insiders described the episode an emotional breakdown. Selena has been attempting truly challenging these days to stay focused and no longer let her fitness have an effect on her, as Supply told E! News. She has been actively writing new song and moved to Orange County for a trade of tempo and a clean breath of air. Ultimately, with all of her springing up fitness issues, Selena began to experience remarkable overwhelmed. She has had a hard few weeks, and the panic assault in the clinic used to be the tipping point, any other Supply told People. Gomez is now stated to be at a psychiatric facility on the East Coast and is receiving DBT, dialectical behavior therapy, which is a cure used for a number of intellectual fitness conditions. Gomez's ex-boyfriend Justin Bieber was viewed attending Hillsong Church in Los Angeles on Wednesday after information broke that Gomez had been hospitalized. Please inform us in the comments. Please do now no longer neglect about to subscribe and flip on the notification bell to see our lowering location day updates. Thanks for watching.